Hi everybody. I wanted to give you a video on how to access feedback because in our class, feedback is incredibly important. It's how I teach you guys. It's a major methodology that I use to teach you the content of the class. And it's really a conversation. So it's me giving you feedback and then you responding and incorporating that feedback. So what I realized though is that despite giving so much feedback, it is not easy to figure out where in Canvas you can view that feedback. And I became especially aware of this when one of my own kids was taking a class that used Canvas, and I was able to really see from the student perspective how difficult it was to figure out where feedback was. So I am going to show you, and I know you can get to feedback from a number of places like your dashboard, specific courses, going into an assignment, and then seeing the feedback. But I'm going to do it from the place where I think most of you go, which is grades. So here I am, and if I click on this icon, I will see in the side some comments. So here's the teacher's comment, and the student can make a comment back. That's the conversation. So how do you do that? You click over here, and right here you just see the comments, but you can't make a comment. So you need to click on submission details, and then you can go ahead and say anything. So the student already gave a written comment, excuse me, but you can go ahead and do an emoji. Don't do that one for me. do that one instead. Or you can attach a media comment, etc. Or you can attach a file. So we're going to go ahead and leave that comment there. So now let's go back to the grades again. And this time, instead of just seeing this, we're going to see that the teacher has left a bunch of comments, or the student and teacher have both left comments. That three there is the comments back and forth between the teacher and the test student. But you might also see something like this. I often use rubrics to grade your stuff, so you can click on it from here and see the rubric right here. And there are a couple of things I want you to notice. Number one is you'll see the criteria, and if you click on longer description, the instructor may or may not have said a little bit more. Now, if the teacher's using a rubric, a lot of times you'll see it before you go ahead and submit your work and before the rubric's ever used to help grade your assignment. And one of the great things about rubrics is that students can go in there and see actually how the teacher is going to be looking at their assignment. So I do really encourage you to click on longer descriptions, to look at the ratings, etc. Look at all that information. Now, once you submit the assignment and the teacher does the rubric, you may see that they've just marked one of these and you've gotten a score over on the side, but the teacher sometimes will give you additional comments that are personalized to you. So that's what this is right here. Okay, so you can get to the rubric from there, but again, you can also get to a lot of things, the different comments from over here. And I use a lot of different types of feedback. So they're all showing up here. I've made a bunch of comments for this student. And so now from grades, I can view the rubric, the details of the rubric, and I can view all the feedback. But I'm going to go into submission details because I'm going to give you a little bit more help about how to really view all of this. So let's go ahead and click on this again. It's going to take me to this section here, and now I can go to submission details. Notice that every place I've clicked so far, I can see these comments, but I want to be in submission details, and I'm going to show you a reason for that in just a second, okay? But first I'm going to show you the different types of comments I might give you. One is I might give you a media comment using Canvas. So you'll see me in there and you can click on it and
Hi, test student. I think you're
okay, I'm not getting great.
underdeveloped, so even though I asked you to write a document.
Okay, I'm going to just close that. Okay, so that's one thing is you might see an attachment like that. You also might get a video from me where I have done it this way. And in this case, you cannot click on that link. The comments in Canvas won't allow for hyperlinks, so you're going to have to copy it, paste it into your browser, and then it will view. I'm having really bad internet up where I'm doing this video. So just trust me on that, that's going to show up. And by the way, just full disclosure, when I make the videos myself, not through Canvas, but through these, through something called ScreenPal, I can see whether you viewed the video. So another way I can do a ScreenPal video is natively within an icon I use over here. And so when I do that, it has, at least on my end, the ability for you to view it without having to go to another tab. So you can see here.
Hey, student. Okay, so I've given you some comments in here, and I have to say, you really do write about nothing.
Okay, so I obviously think that it's better when I do it this way where you can view it right from here, but if you're in your phone or something like that, I'm not sure how this will work. Okay, so now that's 3 ways I might give you video feedback. Here's something else I might do. I might give you a written comment and then give you a document that I want you to open. So let's see if this is going to open. Okay, so this is a document that I attached for that. Okay, now why I want you to really get used to going into submission details to view your feedback is that sometimes I give you additional feedback here. So again, we have all of this stuff here, which you can view in many different ways. We have the rubric, which you could view right from your grades, link here, and you can see it here again. So all of that is available in other places, but you need to be in submission details for this last part. I have given feedback actually on the document. I don't do this every time, so you can check. If this is activated, you can go into it and see that I've actually put feedback right on your assignment. So I may have written it in here, I may have highlighted something. You want to be sure to look over here because sometimes the comments will end up being on the side. If I've highlighted something here, underlined something, it'll show up over here. Okay, so what I want you to do for this assignment, having gotten all the way through this, is now I want you to leave me a comment in the comment section for this assignment. And I want you, not for this test assignment, but for the assignment through which you are viewing this video, leave me a comment that tells me what was the most important place for you to view feedback. Is it the dashboard? Is it through grades? Or is it through submission details? And then tell me something else, like tell me whether you knew all of this stuff before or whether you learned something new. And if you learned something new, tell me what it was. Okay, guys. Oh, one last thing. I will oftentimes also give the class feedback. So what that might look like is I'll use announcements and I will send out all class feedback. Okay, so that's one more thing. Actually, I want you to, when you get to the end of the video, when you're at the end of this, so you're going to tell me what is the most important place to view, where is the most important place to view feedback. Answer is submission details. And then you're going to tell me what you learned that was new, if anything. And then I also want you to write, just tell me in the comments that you saw that this last note about feedback on through announcements. Okay, take care, you guys. Thanks for sticking with me.